Have you ever wondered how much disorganization is costing you? Late fees can sneak up and drain your wallet faster than you think. In this video, we'll break down the math behind those pesky charges and reveal how a few missed deadlines can add up to hundreds of dollars each year. You'll learn simple strategies to stay organized and avoid unnecessary expenses. Let's dive into the numbers and discover how small changes can lead to big savings. Have you ever missed a payment and felt that sinking feeling when you see a late fee? It's like throwing money down the drain, isn't it? Let's break it down. Imagine you miss a credit card payment by just one day. You might think, it's just one day. But that one day could cost you an extra $25. Now, if you miss your payment 3 times a year, that's $75 gone. And here's the kicker. Those late fees don't just vanish. They can pile up and even affect your credit score, making future borrowing more expensive. Disorganization might seem harmless, but it can lead to financial chaos. So, how can we avoid this costly trap? Stick around, because I'm about to share some simple strategies to keep your finances in check. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Chill Finance for real life. Let's keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Before we dive in, a quick note. This video is for educational content only. It is not financial, legal, or tax advice. We encourage you to do your own research and consider seeking professional advice if needed. Alright, now let's zoom out and explore how disorganization can really add up in the form of late fees. Imagine this. You forgot to pay a bill on time. That small oversight could cost you more than you think. Late fees can quickly snowball, turning a simple mistake into a costly habit. Let's break it down with a simple example. Say your late fee is $20 for missing a payment. If you miss just one payment every month, that adds up to $240 in a year. That's a vacation, a new gadget, or even a nice dinner out. Now, consider inflation. If we assume an annual inflation rate of 3%, that $20 might feel like $21 next year. Over time, those late fees can really eat into your budget. So, what's the takeaway? Staying organized can save you money. Think about setting reminders on your phone or using a calendar. It's a small change that can lead to big savings. Have you ever experienced the frustration of a late fee? It's a common story. But by taking control of your finances, you can avoid that stress. In conclusion, disorganization can be expensive. By being proactive, you can keep your hard-earned money where it belongs, working for you. Thanks for watching, and remember, staying organized is a key part of financial wellness. Have you ever missed a payment and faced a late fee? It's a frustrating experience, isn't it? You think, it's just a small amount, but those small amounts can add up quickly. Today, let's explore the math of late fees and why disorganization can be a costly habit. Imagine this scenario. You have a bill due for $100, and you forget to pay it on time. Your service provider charges a late fee of $7. That might not seem like a lot at first glance, but let's think about it. If you miss that payment, you're not just losing the $7. You're also losing the opportunity to use that money elsewhere. Now, let's do some simple math. If you keep missing payments, let's say you miss 4 payments a year, that's a total of $28 in late fees. But what if I told you that if you invested that $100 instead, it could grow? Assuming a consistent interest rate of 7%, in 1 year, that $100 would grow to $107. So, if you miss payments repeatedly, you're not just losing $28 in fees, you're also missing out on the potential growth of your money. Over time, those late fees can create a snowball effect. Now, let's think about the long term. If you continue to miss payments for 5 years, those late fees would total $140. But if you had invested that $100 with a 7% interest rate, it would have grown to $141.50. That's a difference of $281.50. It's easy to see how disorganization can be expensive. Not only are you losing money to late fees, but you're also missing out on the opportunity to grow your savings. Have you ever thought about how many late fees you've paid in your life? It's a wake-up call, isn't it? Let's consider another example. Suppose you have a credit card bill of $200 and you miss the payment deadline. The late fee is $15. If you miss that payment just once a year for 5 years, you're looking at $75 in fees. But if you had invested that $200, it would have grown to $238.50 over the same period. That's a difference of $163.50. Think about what you could do with that extra money. Maybe it's a nice dinner out, a weekend getaway, or even just peace of mind knowing you're building your savings. Now, let's pivot a bit. Disorganization isn't just about forgetting payment dates. It's also about the mental load it creates. When you're juggling bills, deadlines, and appointments, can feel overwhelming. And that stress can lead to more mistakes. So, how can we combat this? One effective strategy is to set reminders. Use your phone, calendar, or even sticky notes, whatever works for you. The goal is to create a system that keeps you organized and minimizes the chances of incurring late fees. As we wrap up, I want you to think about your own habits. Are you paying attention to your bills? Are you managing your time effectively? The math is simple. Disorganization can cost you money, but a little planning can save you a lot. So, what changes can you make today to avoid those late fees? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about how we can all be a little more organized and financially savvy. Remember, the little things add up, and your future self will thank you for it. Imagine this. You're sitting at home, and you realize that you forgot to pay your utility bill. You're already a week late, and now you're facing a late fee. It's just a small amount, right? But let's take a closer look at how that late fee can snowball over time. We'll use a consistent interest rate of 7% for our calculations. This is a common rate used in many financial contexts, making it a good choice for our example. It's also a nice round number that simplifies our math. So, let's say your utility bill is $100. If you miss the payment and incur a late fee of $15, that's your starting point. But here's where it gets interesting. That late fee doesn't just sit there, it can start to accumulate interest. Now, if the late fee is added to your total balance, your new total is $115. With an interest rate of 7% applied annually, let's calculate how much you would owe after 1 year. First, we need to find out how much interest you'll accrue. To do that, we multiply $115 by 0.07. 115 times 0.07 equals $8.05. So, after 1 year, your total balance would be $115 plus $8.05, which equals $123.05. That's just for 1 year. Now, let's think about what happens if you continue to miss payments or incur more late fees. Let's say you miss another month, and another late fee of $15 is added. Your new balance is now $138.05. Applying that same 7% interest rate, we multiply $138.05 by 0.07. $138.05 times 0.07 equals $9.64. Now, adding that interest to your balance gives you $138.05 plus $9.64, which equals $147.69. This cycle can continue, and each time you incur a late fee, you're not just paying that fee, you're also paying interest on it. Let's pause for a moment. Think about how disorganization can lead to these costs. Have you ever forgotten a payment? How much did it end up costing you? Now, let's look at another example. Imagine you have a credit card bill of $200. If you miss that payment, you could face a late fee of $25. Now your total is $225. Using the same 7% interest rate, we multiply 225 by 0.07. 225 times 0.07 equals $15.75. After 1 year, your new balance would be $225 plus $15.75, which equals $240.75. If you miss another payment, you'll add another late fee of $25, bringing your total to $265.75. Now, applying that 7% interest again, we multiply $265.75 by 0.07. $265.75 times 0.07 equals $18.56. Adding that interest gives you $265.75 plus $18.56, which equals $284.31. This is a clear illustration of how quickly late fees and interest can add up. So, what's the takeaway here? Disorganization can lead to late payments, which can lead to late fees, and those late fees can accumulate interest over time. Now, let's think about how you can avoid this situation. What systems can you put in place to keep track of your bills? Setting reminders or automating payments can save you a lot of money in the long run. Before we wrap up, let's recap. We've seen how a simple late fee can grow significantly when compounded with interest. Disorganization can be expensive, and it's crucial to stay on top of your payments. Have you ever calculated how much late fees have cost you? It might be a real eye-opener. Remember, staying organized can help you avoid unnecessary expenses. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. What strategies do you use to keep your finances organized? Thanks for joining me today. Meet Sarah, a 32-year-old graphic designer. Sarah loves her job, but she often finds herself juggling deadlines and bills. One day, she missed the payment for her credit card, thinking she had a few more days. When she finally realized her mistake, she was hit with a late fee of $35. Now, let's do the math. Assuming an interest rate of 7%, that late fee could cost her more than just the $35. If she doesn't pay that off right away, it could accumulate. Over a year, just that single late fee could grow to approximately $37.45. Sarah thought it was just a one-time mistake, but that late fee became a reminder of how disorganization can lead to unnecessary expenses. Next, we have David, a 25-year-old college student. David is busy with classes and part-time work. He forgot to return a library book on time and faced a late fee of $10. Now, $10 might seem small, but with the same interest rate of 7%, if he lets that fee sit for a year, it could end up costing him about $10.70. That's a coffee and a snack he could have enjoyed instead. Have you ever thought about how those little fees add up? Then, there's Maria, a 45-year-old single mom. Maria is managing her household while working full-time. One month, she forgot to pay her electric bill on time, leading to a late fee of $25. Over the year, that fee could turn into about $26.75. It's not just about the money, it's about the stress of keeping track of everything. Finally, let's meet Tom, a 50-year-old homeowner. Tom prides himself on being organized, but life happens. He missed a mortgage payment deadline and faced a late fee of $50. With that same 7% interest, over a year, his late fee could balloon to about $53.50. That's money he could have used for repairs around the house. These stories show us how disorganization can lead to unexpected costs. It's a reminder to stay on top of our finances to avoid those late fees. Have you ever missed a payment and faced a late fee? It's more common than you think, and it can really add up. Late fees are penalties charged when you don't pay your bills on time. They can range from a few dollars to hundreds, depending on the service. Imagine if you miss a payment for a subscription costing $20 a month. A late fee of $15 may seem small, but it's a 75% increase in your monthly cost. Alright, now let's zoom out and think about the bigger picture. Disorganization often leads to missed payments. When you misplace bills or forget due dates, you're not just risking late fees, you're also creating unnecessary stress. It's like throwing money away. Have you ever calculated how much disorganization costs you? Consider this. If you're late on your bills just once a year, that could mean losing an entire month's worth of payments. Let's say you have 5 different bills, each with a $25 late fee. That's $125 lost. What if you could put that money towards something more rewarding, like savings or a fun experience? Now, let's talk about interest. Many services will charge interest on unpaid balances. If you have a balance of $100 and the interest rate is 20%, you could owe an additional $20 by the end of the year if you don't pay on time. This is a prime example of how late fees and interest can spiral out of control. Disorganization isn't just about missed payments. It can also impact your credit score. Late payments can stay on your credit report for years, affecting your ability to get loans or credit cards. Imagine wanting to buy a home but being denied because of a few late payments. It's a harsh reality, but it's avoidable with a little organization. So, how can you avoid these costly mistakes? Start by setting reminders for your bills. Use a calendar app or a simple planner to track due dates. You might even consider automating your payments. Just think about the peace of mind you would gain from knowing your bills are paid on time. Wouldn't that be worth it? Finally, let's recap. Late fees, interest, and credit score impacts all stem from disorganization. It's not just about being late, it's about the financial consequences that follow. Take a moment to reflect. How organized are you with your finances? What steps will you take today to improve your situation? Have you ever missed a bill payment and wondered how much that little slip-up actually costs you? It's easy to brush off late fees as just a minor inconvenience, but let's break down the math. Imagine you have a late fee of $25. If you miss that payment just once a month, that's $300 a year. Now, think about this. If you invest that $300 instead, and let's say it grows at a conservative rate of 5% annually, you could turn that into over $315 in just 1 year. That's the power of being organized. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a late fee, it won't happen again. But what if it does? Life gets busy. Bills pile up, and disorganization creeps in. Just one more late payment could double that cost, and suddenly you're looking at $600 a year. Let's take a quick moment to reflect. How much time do you spend each month managing your finances? A few hours? If you could save yourself late fees by simply spending a little time organizing your bills, wouldn't that be worth it? And here's a thought. Every dollar you waste on late fees is a dollar that could have been working for you. So, what's the real cost of disorganization? It's not just about the money, it's about the opportunities missed. So, I want to hear from you. How do you keep your finances organized? Share your tips in the comments below. Let's help each other out and make late fees a thing of the past. Have you ever missed a payment and wondered just how much that late fee really cost you? Let's dive into the math of late fees and discover why disorganization can be so expensive. Imagine you have a bill that's due on the 1st of the month. If you pay it late, you might face a late fee of around $35. Now, let's say you miss that payment just once a year. That's $35 down the drain. But what if you miss it every year for 5 years? Suddenly, you're looking at $175 in late fees. Now, let's think about what that money could have done for you. If you invested that $175 instead, and let's assume a modest growth rate of 5% per year, in 5 years, that money could grow to over $225. Alright, now let's zoom out. Late fees aren't just about the money you pay. They can also lead to increased interest rates on future loans or credit cards. If you're late on a payment, you might see your interest rate jump, costing you even more in the long run. So, how do we avoid these costly mistakes? Start by setting reminders for your bills or organizing them in a calendar. A little planning goes a long way. Now, I want to hear from you. What strategies do you use to stay organized with your finances? Share your tips in the comments below. Remember, staying on top of your payments isn't just about avoiding fees. It's about building a healthier financial future. Let's keep our finances chill and organized. Thanks for watching. As we wrap up today's discussion on the math of late fees, let's reflect on some key takeaways. Disorganization can lead to costly late fees that add up quickly. A missed payment can snowball into increased interest rates and penalties. Keeping track of deadlines saves you money and stress. Simple budgeting tools can help you stay organized. Small changes in your routine can lead to significant savings over time. Remember, being proactive with your finances is a form of self-care. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore how to build an emergency fund without breaking the bank. Until then, keep it chill and keep it smart.